Today is day 230 of the podcast, and I want to start by reading Hebrews 11:10. It's talking about Abram. He was looking for the city which has foundations, whose architect and builder is God. So when Abram acknowledged God's call, he heard him, and he acknowledged God's call. He was 75 years old. It's a little bit more than 10 years older than myself. This is a man who's lived his entire life in one country, in one culture, amongst one people and one family, one set of friends, one kind of work that he's familiar with. I know how it's been for me living my entire life in one city. You become familiar with place. You become familiar with people. You can't go into a store without recognizing someone. So this is Abram living in his entire life in one place. And he was asked to leave the known for the unknown. When he finally arrives in a place called Shechem, the Lord appears to him. He has obeyed the Lord's voice and gone. Now the Lord appears to him in Shechem and promises him land, territory, a place, and he promises him an heir. And as he encounters the Lord there, he builds an altar, and this becomes a place of worship. He worships God for what was given to him in Shechem, though he does not receive it for a while. This is a man of faith. So God still calls people to follow him, like he does Abram, calls them to leave their known way. A number of years ago, he challenged me with this promise, and I may have already shared this, but he said, if you'll give up what you're satisfied with, I'll give you what you're hungry for. And at the time, I had no clue what that was going to mean to me, but that promise beckoned me. Come, take up my cross, begin to follow him, follow his plan, his purposes for my life, die to my ways, my plans, in order to lay hold of him. I didn't know where I was going, but I knew I would end up with the promise that had been given to me. I knew the one who was bidding me come, and the choices made along the way to follow him, even though I don't know where it's leading, it makes all the difference. So my question for you today is, do you know what you're hungry for? And I want you to pay attention to the things that you satisfy yourselves with every day, and the appetites that you feed every day. And are you really feeding your true appetite?